Welcome to Three Rivers Avian Center. We are a private, nonprofit organization in Summers County, West Virginia, dedicated to conserving West Virginia's wild birds and to educating and involving the public in ecosystem stewardship. We care for all native, non-game wild birds. Come meet our Raptor Education ambassadors and tour our facility online today, and we hope to see you in person at our events later on. All right, you're going to hear Regis in the background because Regis would like to be fed. He's our bald eagle ambassador, and we're going to meet him in a minute. But we're going to start right here with Felix. Felix is a gray morph eastern screech owl, and this is one of his favorite boxes to hide in. And he's sound asleep right now. We can take a quick look at him. There he is, trying very hard to not be seen, just sleeping. And we have Felix because he was hit by a vehicle and it wrecked his wings, so he can't fly. So he's with us. We've had him now for about 3 or 4 years, and he'll live. We got him as an adult, so we don't know exactly how old he is, but he'll live to be about 10 to 12 years old. Well, this is Max, and Max is a broad-winged hawk. We've had him for about 4 years. When he was just learning how to fly, he broke a wing in the wild, and the people found him. And they decided to heal it up themselves, so they bound it up and put him in a cage. And unfortunately, like so often with that sort of procedure, it ended up with a wing that couldn't extend to fly. So he has been crippled from pretty much just a few months old. They turned him in for care after there was no way to heal him back up again. And x-rays showed that if we'd gotten this bird when he was found, this is a bird that we could have healed up and he could have gone back out to the wild. Broad-winged hawks are one of the great migration birds. They come up here in the springtime, usually about middle of April, and they leave again usually about middle of September. And they go all the way down to Guatemala, Brazil, and Peru, sometimes in huge numbers, thousands at a time. So the broad-wing migration is something that's beautiful to see. The one that's on the perch here is Riffle. And down in the hutch down here is Robbie. Robbie is our oldest of our barred owls. She's 25 years old this year. Usually in the wild, barred owls don't make it that long. And in captivity, 25 years is doing really, really well for an old gal.
What about Riffle?
Riffle is actually just a few years old now. I think he's 5 years old at this point. And that is a male, and Robbie is definitely a female. She has laid eggs on occasion, but they're infertile. And there's Robbie calling for you. Barred owls are probably one of the most common of all the owls that we have in West Virginia. And you heard the typical call. And right now, you may hear other calls as well. You may hear some sort of squeak calls. That's usually from the babies, wondering where the food is or where the parents are. Usually the parents are not very far away. So Dory suffered a shattered elbow. He was just learning to fly. We were able to get into a comfortable position, but there's no way for him to be able to use it. So he's an education ambassador. He's 5 years old now. He'll live to be somewhere between 16 to 20 years old. Peregrine falcons are a species of special concern here in West Virginia. Three Rivers Avian Center teamed up with the New River Gorge National River and also the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources in trying to reestablish peregrine falcons in West Virginia. The restoration project ran from 2006 to 2011, and in that time we put 120 young peregrine falcons into the New River Gorge between Lansing area and Beckley area. Gimli is a male American kestrel, Kestrel, and they are the smallest falcon and smallest raptor in North America. He is full grown. This is as big as they get. He weighs 4 ounces. Females get to be about 5 ounces. It's one of the few times you can look at a bird of prey and tell if it's male or female, because in the male American kestrels, like Gimli, they have blue wings and they have solid chestnut tail with a dark band at the bottom. The females have a chestnut brown back, wings, tail, and those are covered with black stripes.
For the bugs, because you mentioned spraying, and just jump right to...
Huli is a great horned owl who some people decided to keep as a pet when she was just a few days old. It is illegal to keep wild birds without federal written permits, so the West Virginia Division of Natural Resources confiscated her and sent her to us. It was too late for Huli. After she was in captivity for so long, she became imprinted on humans instead of great horned owls. She has a lot of trouble understanding or relating properly to her own species. This is Ryan, and Ryan is a 4-year-old male red-tailed hawk. This is the normal coloration that you will see, where you have the lighter coloration underneath with the dark brown wings and the red tail. And Ryan is with us because he broke a wing in the wild. He healed wrong in the wild. The elbow, you may see, droops down a little bit. He does have some control over the wing, but he was found scavenging for food along the interstates up there by Elkview in West Virginia. The person that saw him was able to rescue him, but there's no way to go back in and fix the wing without losing it. So Ryan is with us for the rest of his life. We've had him since he was a year old, and he's now 4 years old. He'll live to be somewhere around 28, 25, somewhere in there. You gotta come here. Well, I know. No, you have to jump to it. Come on. Attaboy. That's it. Good boy. Good boy. What a pretty bird. And this is our flight barn. It's a very large building. It's 64 feet long and 62 feet wide. It's an oval. You'll notice there's a raised center. That is 3 indoor flight rooms. Two of them are 20 feet by 20 feet, and then there's one that's 20 feet by 40 feet. And you can see it's flat on the top. That's where there's mesh so that the birds can get in and out of the weather as they choose. And then the lower section that you see is what we call the roundabout or flyway. And that's a continual area that birds can fly continual laps in. This is the final stage of rehabilitation before a bird goes back out. This is a building that we use for the larger birds that we work with. So you'd see anything from herons of different sizes, raptors of all sizes. Some of the songbirds can go in here. But behind this building is another 16 by 8 foot building that is a flyway just for smaller songbirds. So you'll see us working with hummingbirds, cardinals, stuff like that in that smaller space. Emergency care, surgery, hospitalization, and full range of physical therapy treatments for non-game and endangered wild birds is provided by a coordinated network of statewide volunteer intake veterinarians combined with a support crew of volunteers and on-site staff. From hummingbirds to eagles, wading birds to soaring birds, TRAC takes care of each species' individual requirements, including diet, perching, water access, caging substrates, and so much more. TRAC has treated almost 5,000 patients representing over 110 native wild bird species through our 30 years of operation, releasing almost half. Recovered patients are released back into their native environments to help ensure their long-term survival, unless there is some overwhelming reason to release the individual into a safer habitat elsewhere.
There you go. Good boy. Munch it.
Because he broke his wing in the wild and he healed wrong in the wild. We don't know what happened. All we know is one of our most important efforts is our public outreach. This includes our environmental education programs. We believe that once individuals have an opportunity to get to understand and know their local ecosystems more, the more that person will be more interested in protecting the intricate pieces that hold that ecosystem together.
It's a snowy owl.
In the last 20 years, we've lost 52% of the migratory birds that used to fill our skies. These birds help with insect control, rodent control, distribute seeds, help pollinate our crops, plants, and trees, and give us joy in watching them. Yes, Three Rivers Avian Center provides veterinary and rehabilitative care to our patients. Our goal is to not have those patients need the care we can provide. Three Rivers Avian Center and volunteers have been monitoring bald eagles' nesting activities in the New River Gorge and surrounding areas for over 15 years. Our data is shared with the West Virginia Division of Natural Resources and other research groups. The most famous nest we monitor is the Brooks Island nest. This year, 2020, it has one chick.
You can see him on a branch. Is that me or what?
Year after year, we're never quite sure, but we know that there have been at least 3 different sets of eagles using this nest over the years. One of our best parts of our jobs is when we get to release our patients back to their normal homes. Sometimes we get to share the moment with local neighbors who have been missing them. Look at these. There, that's more like it.
Oh, yeah. What a good-looking bird. Not bad, huh? Yeah, I know. Come here. You're agreed.
Sometimes a bird is not able to be released, but would do well as an environmental ambassador elsewhere. When possible, we work to relocate these special birds to other licensed environmental education facilities, such as U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service licensed wildlife education facilities, or to zoos. This sandhill crane migrated into Beckley, so well habituated to humans that he now resides at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore.